Right when you thought people had some sense of fashion, it's shattered with a simple visit to Walmart. Personal style is what our man is all about. The flagship store for Niseclothing has opened, and he's looking to get personal. Here's our host, Sauce Babie.
Just nice, man. Right now, I'm nice right now. I'm on the levels, man. It's the cold shots. We're on the zone right now. Speaking of nice right now. Come on, man. I got my guy with me. I got one half, but the other half ain't here, man. Where's Brandon? What happened to Brandon, man?
Well, we got to keep this dream alive, so we got to balance and make sure things are going on, So Brandon's playing the field, making sure these things are popping.
We got the orange wasn't even played out, but we just literally randomly both came out with the orange right now, man. We on that time right now. You know what I mean? Thank you, sir.
Well, you know what they say? It's a law of attraction, right?
Right.
It came together.
See the backdrop, you see the beautiful, you know what I mean? It's the theme that we're going with. It's Halloween too, right? So it's Halloween season, man. But okay, who and what is nice? What is nice brand? What is nice clothing? And it's not the NY, it's the NI.
It's the NI, the S to the E. Mm-hmm. What is nice? Nice is a powerhouse movement that has become a staple in the city. I don't really talk like that, but realistically, we are a clothing brand. We're a lifestyle brand. At a very young age, we realized that we're much more than that. So we became like an outlet, a catapult for a lot of young creatives and a lot of other like-minded individuals to follow their dreams through, Right. So, but first and foremost, we are a clothing company.
When was it founded?
Founded in 2003, June 26th to be exact. Mm-hmm. It started off as 4 young guys in high school. We were just trying to push the grain and take our creativity to the next level. And we were very big on friendships and manifesting long-term strong bonds. So we had a crew, and we were kind of known as Nice Crew. And we made our own shirts that said that with our names on the back.
So from 4 now down to 2, you and Brandon?
Yeah, so now it's me and Brandon, and we're, it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle to get this far, but we're still here pushing the grain.
It's a beautiful struggle. It's a beautiful struggle, man.
Beautiful struggle.
It's a beautiful, I don't want to say it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful night right now.
It is.
I don't know what time it is, but we on episode 21. Shout to the UUI and Collective. Shout to this beautiful lady here with the blue hair. Shout to my guy JV. Eba, you ain't here with the iguana, but shouts to Sean Riches we got in the building. I see what's that Biggie Smalls you got on the shirt right now. All right. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Okay, so let me know a bit more, because there's a lot of, there's a few collabs. You had your own Nike shoe. Because that's something that I've always kind of I always wanted to know more about, because he's always been like, yo, you got to talk to him. But so how did that come about? Your Air Force and specifically?
So I mean, a lot of people, that's probably a very common question.
Right.
They want to know about the Nikes and what I got.
Cardi rocking it. I see. We're gonna get to that in a minute.
Cardi's got one. Cardi's got a pair. So. Earlier this year, we released we actually had custom Air Forces and custom Nikes for a while. Since we came in with our brand, we've always had custom shoes. My daughter's 17 years ago, we started this brand, and she's got a pair when she was 1. But the ones that we released in January, they came in a really cool capsule, and a friend of ours, he used to design shoes. He's pitched a lot of shoes to Nike, right. So, we got those special phone calls that we can make, and that's a testament to our brand and being a staple that we can, come out, kind of just pull these things out, rabbits out of the hat. I won't say too much more. We're not going to tell you who to call or what to do, but what we are going to tell you is that we drop a shoe every 2-3 weeks, so make sure you go to the store, 1196 Queen Street West, and find out a little more. Hit us up at NiceRoad.com.
Which was
at Niseclothing.
Which leads me into what I was about to get into. So the location that you're at now used to be the old.
It used to be a lot of things,
Oh, okay.
And So it used to be a space that was very familiar to a lot of people that we grew up with. So it's really cool. It's in a neighborhood that I grew up in, Parkdale. It's also double amazing. And one thing, I don't want to take away from what was there before, but I want to focus on what's there now. Because sometimes when people associate with what was there before, they may think that we're under some sort of regime or we're not able to do these things on our own, and we want to be proud of what we were able to do, especially during COVID. So hit us up, hit me up if you want to know a little bit more. But when you come to
About
the
the
space,
history.
you'll know who was there prior. But for the listeners, I want to focus on why we're here. I don't want to get into too many. But it was a really creative space, and it was really cool us going into that space because the space had already cultivated so many great energies and great things that it was really cool for us to be able to come into that space and take things to the next level, you know? Yeah, definitely.
So have you had the brand in any other boutiques in the city?
Not in other boutiques. We had our own shared store spaces before, and we did a pop-up recently at Stacked Market. That went really well, and then after that, we knew we had to get back into
Queens
space.
all you need right now. Queen Street is a beautiful place to be. You know, amazing
Great.
Foot traffic. So
Definitely.
that's congrats to you guys. And how long has this flagship? Has this store been open for now?
The store's been open since July.
Right.
Yeah. So like 4 months now.
And so yeah, with Cardi now, how's that relationship come about and getting him to rock the brand?
So when we were young, we realized that doing clothes wasn't enough. So we used to do our own tournaments, fashion shows, and one of our first or second, I think it was our first indoor tournament, we did at Jarvis Collegiate. I think it was back in 2005. We had like T-Rex was in it and Dunk Off. We had Drake hosting the Dunk Off.
I remember those.
Frank and Dank. I can't
Frank
even
and
remember
Dank.
all the
What
names.
happened to those niggas? Them Detroit cats. Shouts to Frank and Dank, man.
Justin Shepard was in the Dunk Off. It
Right,
was
right.
pretty
R.I.P.,
epic.
right, yeah,
I think Corey Niles was in it as well.
Right, yeah.
But in any event, what was the question? The question was Cardi. We got Cardi to come out and host, and he actually brought his Black Jays squad. They were, I think they went against Flow 93. I can't remember. It was a big deal. We got the city together.
Yeah.
And Claire, and Cardinal,
the Northern
we connected
Touch.
him with one of our boys who is one of our shoe designers, or a friend of ours that is a shoe designer. That's a friend of ours that I'm lucky enough to be in touch with. Did some stuff with Cardi, which we were able to connect them, and we've kept the relationship strong ever since.
Let me see these joints. So
man. these joints aren't by that designer, but these joints here are one of our most recent customs. Thank you very much.
See, sometimes you gotta. Let me give y'all a little tutorial. When you hold in the sauce, you gotta like one of my homies always show him. You gotta hold it like that. You don't want to put your fingerprints too much in the sauce. You gotta, you know what I mean? There's a certain way you gotta get a nice little look on that right now. Get a nice
with an S,
with an I, not a Y, and an S, of course. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say a little bit about these shoes right here.
Yeah, you just.
So I really wanted to show you one of the shoes that my boy C. Williams did, but that's okay. We got a lot of secret stashes in the bag, and we're in our bag right now. So you're gonna start seeing a lot of stuff.
This is a recent joint I seen with a check mark.
But these joints came out because we came out with the bandana, and a lot of people don't like wearing the mask. It's uncomfortable. We came up in an era where like gangster and like 90s hip hop and like bandanas around your face, that was cool to us, but we were never allowed to do that in public. So the fact that we could do that now, we're like, we got to take advantage, and it's still COVID friendly. You want to cover your face, you want to wear it as a fashion statement, you want to wear it around your head. There's a lot of things you could do with that. So we came out with the bandana, and this design you're going to start seeing on a lot of stuff. Just has a lot of cool words that represent us. We dropped the shoe to match, as you can see here.
You can move that cup too if you want to. Do your thing. Get that out of the way.
We dropped the shoe to match.
Right.
And we came out with a matching jacket recently. The jacket actually came out yesterday.
Can we see the jacket, please?
We haven't even put this on Instagram yet, so this is super exclusive. Yeah. It's a bit late, but a little fall anorak jacket. Yeah. For those who don't know what an anorak is.
Too, right?
Yeah, this is mainly unisex. For men. Yeah. Mainly for men in the sense that, actually, I don't want to say in the sense of anything. This is a unisex jacket. I'm going to leave it at that. All right? And this is an anorak. So I'm going to put you guys on some fashion game. An anorak is like a pullover windbreaker. That's the term. All right? So anorak. So y'all just got put on some fashion game right now. Right. All right? But this is to match a shoe and the bandana. So you can get it as a combo. All right? So this is just an example of some stuff.
Like when you go to the drive-thru and you get that Travis Scott combo, you get that nice combo right now.
So we'll be showing you some more stuff later on in the interview.
Let's
But
take it to the next
you know,
level.
as we were talking about shoes, so even going into this shoe, we get really particular. Like as you can see here, the tag, the same pattern. You might not be able to see that, but the same pattern that's on the shoe and on the bandana is on the tongue. So you get it popping when you get one of the.
See, that's one thing I was going to mention. What stands out for me too with certain kicks is the tongue. The tongue game is neat, and I haven't really seen that on a lot of custom Air Forces. So I got to, you know what I mean, put my hats down to you for that.
Yeah, we pay a lot of attention to detail.
But I seen you working on some, like, you know, well, we got a lot of people that will oppose to the whole, you know, or a lot of vegans, you know, killing animals or not. But I'm pretty sure I see something that you had with some fur. Like I was always just like I always had a knack for certain materials on the check mark growing up, like the jean, you know what I mean, the print. So there's something that caught my eye that I saw on the page where you had like a nice material on the check mark, and then the tongue, as always, stands out, right? And even like I said, your tags, that's something too that speaks volumes. You don't always have the nice custom tags, you know what I mean? This is neat, man. What about this jacket you're rocking right now? Let's see, like this is neat.
So this is another new joint right here. This is our signature. So this is one of our staple logos, designs.
Brand, yeah.
You know, we got the Forever. So this summer we came out with T-shirts in many different colors that said Forever. And a lot of people didn't know what that Forever was. They're like, why Forever? But we want to let people know we're not going anywhere. It's nice forever.
We're here to stay.
You know what I mean?
It's like the sauce. The sauce is here to stay. It don't get stale. You know what I mean? You put that in your cupboard for months or years, and that ain't expiring, man. We here to stay.
Now, I won't speak too much on it, but we got some elections going on just south of the border.
Right.
So one of the things we never really did, we tried to be original, but we realize now, you know, I think we set motion of what we stand for. So we're allowed to play around with things. So, you know, we want to play around with certain things. I won't say what they are. If you can figure it out, you can. So we got a little flag that we designed. It's our NISE brand flag. Inside the lines is our same pattern that we've been showing you. So this is just a little sample of some stuff. Then we got the logo at the back.
Yeah. Show them the logo at the back. Yeah. You see that? Yeah. You see that? You got that? You got that?
So this is just a little clean bomber. Yeah. You know,
it's a clean bomber. It's a clean bomber.
We got the two-way zipper
it's
going on.
It's gonna be a spring or fall season too.
So when you come to the store, you can see that in a little more. But yeah, this is just a little something, you know. So
the wristband too.
Get you through the
you got all the accessories now. What about the? You're keeping the balance right now. You're keeping the balance. Okay, you spoke about events. You used to be involved with 106 in New York, from what I remember. Speak on that and a lot of community work.
Definitely a lot of community work. Yes. One of the cool things with NISE is we had a different model. We're a social enterprise. So when we were young, we didn't realize we were that. We didn't know what that was, but we were heavily focused on building people around us, building community, and being community leaders while we were following our dreams, not realizing that we were also trailblazers and setting forth a lot of flames that became, you know, what Toronto is today. So 106 New York is an example of that, where we just knew we had a lot of people that had a lot of cool talent. We wanted to show the world what that looked like. So, you know, we got a bunch of people together. We got different people within the government organizations to help us write grants, and we got good at that. So we started, at one point I think we raised almost $150,000, and that year we did Downsview Park. So we got a huge space, 40 Carl Hall, and the space was completely empty. We had to rent lighting, set up our own cranes, set up our own stage, bring in chairs. Usually we get a facility that already comes equipped, and we just got to learn how to use it. So that was really cool. That year was a lot of work, but we were able to successfully do 106 in New York from 2007 up until I think 2014 or 15. So we had a pretty strong run, and that was located in North York. We always did it in North York, and usually in Jane and Finch, but we moved it around. After I think year 5, we went to where they do Jersey Boys. So we did North York Art Center. Yes. We did Earl Hague. We went.
Shouts to Hague, man. Carpe diem. That's I'm alumni, man. So I gotta shout to you. You did Earl Hague too, right? That's nice.
Yeah. So we were there for everything. Our role developed as time went on, and we tried to move into more of a mentorship role and give younger people an opportunity to be the next level of leaders out here. You know. So yeah, 106 in New York is just an example of some of the stuff that we've done. To set those staples.
Can you please speak on more grants and funding programs for new and existing businesses? If there are any, because we know there's a lot being...
So what I am going to say is you got to do your research. Right now, because of COVID, there's a lot of stimulus. There's a lot of opportunity to get things in the economy going and rolling, and they want people to have businesses. Businesses keep the country flourishing. So if you have a business and you're struggling and you're figuring out how to get a dollar, go and do some research. There's lots of opportunities out there. I can't speak to all of them, but what I will say is there's things from government funding, loans, and grants that are out there that are available to you. You just got to take the time to look. Especially if you're a young black entrepreneur, there are going to be a lot of serious dollars being injected into the community.
So we're speaking like under 30.
Under 30, but
Right.
also I believe black businesses overall are going to be getting a lot of funding.
Right.
So
Something that Trudeau.
I don't want to say take advantage, but pay attention and be enlightened and recognize when there's an opportunity in order to see success. It's when opportunity meets preparation. So if you're not prepared, how do you expect to see success, right?
Yes, yes.
And sometimes success may not come right away. You may write a grant and don't get it. That doesn't mean your business is a failure. That means take your time, reevaluate, and get back to the
Can't stress it
business.
enough. It's like what they say: you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. You know what I mean?
But that's what I will say. Don't depend on grants. Niseclothing hasn't received any grants. We've received grants while doing community projects and engagements, but as a business, we hustle and grind, you know? So don't rely on funding to get to where you need to be, but there are a lot of opportunities, and if you're in business, definitely go and figure out what those are and how they can be applicable to you and or resources that you need in order to push your business forward.
Definitely. What are some things that we would say in terms of like, just like what were some inspirations while creating any of your designs?
Gotta say music.
Right.
Still to this day, while creating designs and just even pushing the business forward, we were really influenced by like the whole Rockefeller movement.
Yeah, because you got to get the creative juices flowing. Something has to. Whatever art form you're in, right?
So I would say like the Rockefeller movement, and then even subsidiaries of Rockefeller, like State Property. We feel like we are definitely a blend of the Rock, where we're like a combination of State Property meets Dipset, you know, and so musical influence, movies were influential in our designs and things that we came up with, or even just thought processes. And definitely Toronto. So you'll notice that we try to incorporate Toronto as much as we can. We did for a long time until it became saturated and kind of everybody was doing it, so it didn't have the same authenticity. Right. So now we're creative in how we say Toronto or put it in our design. So I'll show you that later. We'll get back to that.
Keeping Toronto in mind, there's been a lot of people, a lot of notable people in the city that have been rocking with the brand. As we mentioned, Cardi earlier, but now Winnie Harlow even. Winnie Harlow used to model the brand too.
Definitely.
How's your relationship with her? I mean, obviously, she's all over across the board right now. But
so
she's
you know
busy
what?
Right now. You gotta have to book her for a walkthrough. Call the agent.
Winnie is very busy.
Yeah.
Shout out Winnie.
Because she's been there from the day one, from the hop.
Winnie was there from a very early point in our progression as well. And we were lucky that when we met, we were both very driven and we knew where we wanted to be. And Winnie was like a baby sister. She was really close. She is really close. She still finds the time to even hit me up on my birthday. So, shout out Winnie. I don't know how you find that time. Love you, girl. But she's doing her thing. She was definitely a very integral part of our
She's nice.
when we were growing. She was modeling and she was peaking, and then halfway through her time with us, she's on America's Next Top Model, and it's whoa. Right. For us, it was really cool because a lot of people around us have went from that super grind to like superstardom. Right. So
it's great to see they've been a part of that core, foundation. Have been a part of your growth, right?
Absolutely, and it's humbling.
40 himself.
40, another very good friend, 40, very active. He pays a lot of attention to what we're doing. How do you find the time?
Right.
But it just shows you
with
how
all what you got
wholesome,
going on right now in your busy
despite
schedule.
where people are at in business, when you stay grounded, a lot of the people who continue to see success are able to stay grounded. And sometimes they stay grounded by not forgetting their roots. And I can say 40 is definitely a guy who takes the time to make sure the people who were a part of any aspect of his life, he's going to go and show love. And 40 is definitely somebody who, if we drop some new product, he'll
hit
hit
me
40,
and say, man.
Yo.
Shouts to the Owls. Shouts to the camp. I see you, Opes. You know what I mean?
I
see the guys, man. Shouts to everybody involved. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And for what they've been doing for the city. And like we said, we gotta really, take advantage of that too, right? Being that where we're from, and you know what I mean, and it's like a spider web. You know what I mean? We gotta everybody, whatever genre you're in or a business, like the lights, the eyes have been on us, right? So you definitely
Absolutely.
gotta. I mean, just like you said, use your resources wisely and make what you can out of it, because our
have
city's
to.
been put on the map. So you just gotta, you know what I mean? Just keep the ball rolling, right? You can't fumble, right? Yeah.
We can't. I mean, energy is only reciprocated, right? It doesn't
Right.
go anywhere. So there is a lot of energy here right now. So it's for us to take it,
Frequency,
cultivate it, you know what I'm saying? And make sure that we're channeling it in the right direction. Unfortunately, there's a lot of negative things going on in the city. And before I touch on that, I don't want to forget, shout out Rich Kid. I don't know if we mentioned
on the last episode,
one of the
Shouted you
guys
out
that
too.
definitely hold me down all the time, and very close friends, from high school days till now, stayed consistent through all the ups and downs. And, but moving into what I was saying, it's unfortunate. Toronto, we got the light, we got that fire, but there's so much fire in some of our stomachs through our grind that a lot of guys don't know where to channel their energy. And there's a lot of people that are dying. There's a lot of good music. I could sit here and say all the RIPs, a lot of good things that were gonna happen for Toronto, and there's people dying. And it's like, yo, now if you're a rapper or you're into music, you have to question, like, how hard should you go? You may be from a certain neighborhood, and now you're getting twined up in something that has nothing to do with you. So it's very unfortunate.
It's so crazy that you mentioned that, because Rich mentioned that on the last episode about just like, being a product from your environment, and why he said that, why like it'll be hard for a lot of man to take off, because you're just caught in the gang shit and the warfare, you know what I mean? And it's like you're you're trapped in the cycle, and it's like you're more focused on this as a part of your music, as opposed to like making music and making, like, you know what I mean, like just being happy, you know what I mean? And
Unfortunately,
and making great, like, just having great moments. It's more just like every other track that comes out is opt this, opt that, and just like, you know what I mean, kill this, kill that, and like, it's not. It's fun to some, but it's not really, you know what I mean? Like, to the masses is like, I mean, and you could, people are still going to stream regardless, right? And it's like, for the people in the city, this is what they want to hear, because they want to hear the fuckery, you know what I mean? But
here's the thing, though.
To the world, it's like, what are we talking about here?
There's two sides to every coin, right?
Right.
There's a lot of people who really live this life. Yeah. They aspire to want to have things that their parents couldn't give them, whether some of their parents died or, however their life panned out. They want to drive nice cars. They want to be able to rent Airbnbs and have 10 bottles of Henny. And to a degree, there are things I wanted, and I was somebody who said, like, I shouldn't be told what I can and can't have, because when we started NISE, we were told, oh, if you don't have a loan, you can't do that. If you don't have money,
right,
you can't do these things. And we did everything we were told we can't do.
We couldn't, right.
So I could relate to some of these people, not in terms of the lengths of what they'll do to prove what they stand for,
Bring the mic up,
and whether it's negative or positive. But one of the things that I can relate to is just the hunger and the need to just outlive that stigma or to surpass what somebody thought you could do, And like I said, it's just unfortunate because it's misdirected energies. Because all that energy into the rah-rah, it's not so much that Toronto wants to hear the fuckery. It's like, these are news reporters because they're really living this life.
Yeah.
And majority of the streamers are actually people not from the city. They're kids from the suburbs that are safe and sound. They'll never have to hear bullets. They're not going to be at a party and gunshots, and then you got to know how to move, like get your back to the wall. Like for me, when we were young, gunshots rang in every other third party.
Yeah.
So me personally, I'm a man. It's not about being scared or whatever. It's about knowing how to survive.
Right,
My back is to a wall.
Right. Yeah.
I now have 180 degrees peripheral vision.
Right.
Nothing's happening behind me. Yeah. I'm not doing the run into the crowd, and now I can't see where things are happening.
Right.
But like kids kids from the subs, they get to listen to this music.
Yeah.
They get to listen about op this, op that, see somebody die next week, really feel a part of what's happening, but it's like TV for them. So you have to understand there's a level of entertainment from the lives that these young guys are living, and then the people who get to support it by writing on Six Bars or writing, and perpetuating
Glorifying
the same cycle
yeah.
and making these young guys feel like, whoa, I got fans. But realistically, it's misdirected energy because you guys are super gifted and there's an eye on us.
And while you entertain it and endorsing it,
we could flip it and
leading
become
yourself
Atlanta
to become
right
another
now.
victim of a Toronto Sun news clip all over again. You know what I mean?
We could flip it and become Atlanta, you know?
Right, yeah.
So this is why from a young age I've been about cultivating it because that's always been around us. Like we've always had issues and had very close, you know, people that have been misdirected energies that some have been able to turn a leaf and put that energy elsewhere. You know, even hypothetically speaking, they say a lot of drug dealers are able to think things through where it's like you could run a business, you know, you could have employees, you could be doing the same thing, you could run a production company. So all in all, it's unfortunate what's happening in Toronto, but what we need is more people pushing an agenda where it's like enough is enough. We're lucky enough to be a part of the campaign that DJ Dub J is doing with a whole bunch of others like JD Era, Biz Low, JRDN, so many names around that. I can't remember everybody right now. But it's a big track. There's a lot of publicity. I'm sure you guys heard about it. And enough is enough, you know. Toronto, we got to come together and realize we have something here. So,
do better.
You know, do better. We have to.
So for people that like, you know, are misled or don't, you know, they don't have the direction and want to start their own brand, what advice would you give for them? Because
So
you were once in that position,
there's
right?
different advice for different levels of the playing field, right? Yeah. But ultimately, if you haven't even thought of a brand, do your research. I said that earlier, and I'm going to say it again.
Be inspired.
Be inspired is one thing, but do your research. If you want to go into clothing, figure out what type of clothes. If you want to make bathing suits or you want to design T-shirts, you want to make jackets, go and do research. Figure out who's already doing things. See what's already happening. So, because in business, in order to be successful, you need to have this thing called the competitive edge. And a competitive edge is some sort of advantage over your competition. So if you don't know what your competition is, it'll be impossible to gain a competitive advantage. However, sometimes really creative people just come up with things not knowing what's out there, and it works.
Yeah.
It's organic and it works. But if you want long term, you're going to have to do some research. And that's my best advice. Otherwise, I tell people, hit me up because you can't get all the free gems. Yeah. Starting a clothing line, I would say, decide how many people you like. Is it you? Do you want a team? You know, and yeah, do your research. You know, figure out what you want to do.
Know your projections, of course.
Projections is one aspect of business. Like, have some sort of business sense, but know your hustle. Like, are you making T-shirts? You know, how are you getting your designs? And do you know what Fiverr is? Do you know what resources to tap into if you start running at a standstill? So, are you going to produce locally? Are you going to go overseas? So there's a lot you got to look at, but it all boils down to do your research, create some sort of plan, and then run with that.
It's so crazy that you mentioned that because that was one of my questions I was going to ask. What do you think about using platforms like Fiverr to, like, of course, like, you know what I mean, just to like to hire and collaborate with different like graphic designers and stuff? What are your thoughts on that? You know what I mean?
So it just depends what you stand for. Like when it comes to NISE, like me and my partner take pride in the fact that we design all of our own stuff, right?
Right.
And when we decide to reach out to a Fiverr or something, it may be to tweak something we've already designed. So technically, you know, as we've learned in music, we're still the producers. We still formulate what it is that we want done.
Yes.
But we may not have the time, or we may not have the full know-how of that particular software, like Adobe Illustrator, which we're self-taught how to bring something to the next level. So we'll do as much as we can, but we'll provide the direction for somebody to push it through.
Right.
Or if we're doing something like a flyer or something that's more like post-production, like our design's already done, maybe we did a photo shoot, but we want somebody to create us like an animation. We'll reach out to Fiverr for things like that because it doesn't take away from our brand itself. It's more, and this is for us. This isn't, I'm not telling anybody how to think or move, but we take pride in designing our stuff, so we don't want to give that up. Not yet, at least, right? So we're limited in when we reach out, but we will reach out because I think it's very healthy for businesses to reach out to other businesses to push what it is that they're doing forward. It saves you time and it makes you more efficient, you know?
It goes back to like what I mentioned off here about when we were just chopping it up about making use of the mastermind theory that we mentioned where two heads are better than one and so forth. And like you might not be able to do what I can do and so forth, you know, and vice versa, right? So there's always, and you see this in many conglomerates, right? Where it's like different people have different areas where they're assigned to, right? So in terms of, you know what I mean? Like whether you have your designer, you have your guy that does your, you might have your, well, from the, even to the beginning, you have a guy that, the architect that, you know, set out the design for your space, you know what I mean? You always have to hire somebody at some point. You can't do everything, right?
And sometimes people got to wear more than one hat, right?
Right.
So there's different aspects, but organically things fall into place.
More than one hat, you gotta more than one shoe. Like they say, if the shoe don't fit, you gotta damn near wear it, man. I gotta get me some fits though, man. Your shoes right now is hitting hard, man. You know what I mean? I seen the one you had with the NISE that I think that card you had with the big NISE reminded me of the what was the joint, man? Was it not the Barclays?
It was the Pippins.
It reminded me of the Pippins, you know.
So
Pippin jobs,
back in the day, I remember I wanted those joints. My mom
yeah.
said, with the air bubble going all the way around, she said $229 for shoes.
You're like, one day
here's
I'm gonna
100.
make my own.
Here's 110. Go figure out what shoes you can get for that.
Right.
I still found a pair of up tempos, but they were like the lower level up tempos.
Okay.
And I was balling in school, so I wanted to have the best shoes on my team, and I had to settle for what I could get.
Right.
So
you were hooping too. You were balling.
I was hooping when I was that. I think that was like grade 7, grade 8. I was balling. We were in the championship both years.
Ballin'!
So now that we're older, when we were able to make a shoe, we definitely wanted to take a play on something from childhood. That everybody wanted those Pippins, and when they came back out, I think a lot of people bought the re-releases. So we took the same font. And our shoe designer was able to make a custom stencil with NISE with the same font. But it's not like we could go buy the font. He literally had to recreate the font with NISE. So I don't know if you guys are following me when I say like the level of like creative custom work that got put into that shoe. It was layered with like a neon felt. We did a whole neon drop from like Christmas all the way up until the end of fall. Yeah. And it had like custom snakeskin on the outside. It came in a special capsule. Like there was a whole bunch that went into the shoe.
How do you source your material? Domestic or imported?
So for that particular shoe, we just built the concept, and our shoe designer was able to run with it.
But overall, for the
materials
brand,
come from all over the world.
Yeah.
So I know he's has material from Indonesia, Malaysia.
They might be Thailand. One day might be damn near from anywhere.
Wherever it's got to wear. You got to get the best threads to make the best cloth.
Yeah, man, definitely. I mean, it's just something that crossed my mind. It sucks with the the lack of events like the Caravana and a lot of that. How are you finding that? I mean, we use online there's a lot of things we don't have the resources that we did, but.
So, like, we're different. Like, we're modest.
I'm sure you guys have
even
been part of a lot.
Yeah. Do a lot of events, and we're pretty out there. My partner and I are pretty laid back. We're cool, like, going to the beach and just calling up some friends, running some dominoes. And so not having all of those hype things, that was fine. One thing they don't really talk about in our community is a lot of people have PTSD. So me personally, I have a lot of friends, and I have friends in all aspects of life. So I'm not usually worried when I'm at an event. But I have it regardless, and I don't like being in scenarios that I'm uncomfortable because I'm a vibes guy. And if I'm somewhere, regardless that I have 100 people I know with me and I still feel uncomfortable, probably means I shouldn't be there. So a lot of those events weren't able to happen this year. So I don't know if I feel like personally, or I don't know. I can't speak for my partner, but I'm sure we can agree to an extent that we probably felt like this was an opportunity to focus and to see where people's energies really lie and decide what we want to do with our business. And I think we made the right decision. And we were able to do what we do best, which is to cultivate the energies that we want to, we want people to understand what NISE really stands for. And they can see that through the lifestyle. So when we're able to have very intimate gatherings within our store, with our people, in our way, people are like, whoa, I really get the brand. And we're able to give them an experience that otherwise you can't just get by going on Instagram or seeing us online. That's an experience that is very authentic that, you got to 1196 Queen Street West, downtown Toronto. Right. And then once you come, you get that vibe. You know what time it is, right?
You know what time it is, yeah. So to take it back a bit now, what were some steps you had to take in the beginning of, because, we spoke about, people could tell you about end goal, 5-year projections or whatever, that you could remember. Because, there's always roadblocks. You got to overcome obstacles. But, what's going on over there? But, what are some steps that you had to take and come face to face with in the initial process? Because, like you said, you got to know what the brand is. You got to know what
Roadblocks in the beginning.
Yeah.
We were just young. We started a business at 17. So our roadblock was we knew it. We were talking this
Roadblock was starting a business at 17.
We were talking this talk. This
Yeah.
same talk that I'm talking we were talking like that at 17.
Yeah, and you're just like, we gotta just do it.
People didn't want to take us serious. We're not like money men. We're like, it was evident that we were gonna make this happen, but we're driven. So one of the biggest roadblocks was turning your drive into a reality. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you have intention to want to do better and be better, but it just doesn't happen, right? And I guess it's almost a constant roadblock, but you have to ask yourself as a person, if you're angry that you're not where you want to be, that's actually a good thing to be angry about. That actually shows that you're in the right place, because some people are stagnant because they don't have that push in them.
Yeah.
So a big roadblock is finding a balance in your own thinking and your own process, and then just in life. And there's many things, but I'm going to speak to something that's generalized so that everybody listening or watching can kind of grasp, When you're in business, it's going to be hard to find a balance. And you're going to have friends, family, loved ones, school, work, because some people have to work and run a business. Finding a balance is going to be next to impossible. You're going to really want to do business all the time, and you're going to have to do some other stuff in order to balance out your life. That had to have been
sacrifices.
A huge roadblock from 17 up until now. I won't tell you how old I am. You can probably figure it out.
Gotta step it up.
But that's got to be a huge roadblock. That's never ending. People who've been in business for 50 years will tell you that finding a balance, finding the right balance will change over time as well, right? So those are roadblocks. Financials will always be roadblocks. You can have the most money in the world, but more money, more problems. And another roadblock is managing all the energies. So because we're a bigger than life entity, where even though we're just a clothing brand, we're heavily affiliated. There's a lot of people who support us. I mean, now that I'm older, I could say this pridefully. I don't know. Should I say this pridefully? But we have people, I can count on more than one hand, that have NISE tattooed on them, for example. So in some ways, you would say we have a cult following. But
you got the shorties with the titty tats, and I see you got
male and female.
You got it right above
no
the waistline. And you can see it from afar. You can see when you hit it from the back, the front, the side, and all types of angles. I see you, man. You laying the sauce down for real.
Larger than life. Brand is larger than life. You know?
Yeah.
But we really mean well. We really do mean well.
No. It's
we
genuine.
Hope that
and in business, you gotta always be
across.
genuine. That's one thing. Don't be a liar, or you're gonna be fired. Okay. Don't be like Trump and these guys. Don't. But so aside from that, can we see some female? Well, I know there's a lot of female merch. Are we gonna be
So here's the
adding
thing
more
about
merch to the
female
brand?
merch. It sells way faster than everything else.
I can imagine.
So when we drop girl stuff, it'll sell within the week, and then we'll post it online and be like, "Oh, we have this," like shorts, for example, and then people will swarm. And by the time the weekend comes, when everybody's really done work and able, they're like, "Where's the shorts?" And they're looking at me crazy, and it's like they sold out.
Where's the body riders? We want to see you guys skin out in those
female clothes. More dedicated. We're gonna have a little period where we're gonna.
You got bras and panties too.
We can't tell you everything.
Come
what
on.
I will say is,
give them the juice right now.
Last year we had a really
some
strong
G-string.
female run. We did a run from May straight to December, where we were just dropping new female stuff every week. But the stuff sold so fast, it was hard to keep up.
Is it priced cheaper than the men?
Slightly, because fabric. And we only price female stuff cheaper because it's in most cases it's less fabric.
Right. And why I asked that too exactly.
So we pass that discount on to the customer.
I always find that women's shopping and clothing, we have a female here in the building, she can maybe attest to this, is always cheaper than male shopper. You know what I mean? So you find that you'll get,
women shop
like
more than men,
fabric,
by fact. So what happens is, the reason that is more companies produce women's clothes, so it's naturally cheaper. It'll cost less, and most of the
unless
stuff
you're shopping at Lululemon.
Most of the stuff you're referring to,
right,
that I'm assuming you're referring to, like the Urban Behaviors or the whatevers, it's ordered in such abundance that it could be lower.
What is fashion for you? What is fashion for NISE?
What is fashion for me?
What is fashion?
Fashion is look good and feel nice. In a nutshell.
All right. I'll give you that. That's it in a nutshell, literally.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
If you don't look good in what you're wearing,
Yeah.
and you don't feel nice,
You gotta
it's
go.
not fashion.
You gotta go. Yeah.
You got to at least feel nice. Because when you feel nice in what you're wearing, you usually look good. Everything in life should reciprocate.
Okay, now speaking of which, in terms of that fashion sense, what would you say is the best way to optimize e-commerce for fashion?
So
clothing.
We might not even be the best people to speak on that because we, for years, people in the room can attest, have not got our website up to the point that it probably could be.
Right.
But what we've realized is, at least right now, we're a very niche-based brand. We do have a lot of people worldwide that are paying attention and are interested in wear our brand. But overall, we're like a very strong Toronto brand, and we've just found people just want to touch and feel the brand. So we haven't put... I'll take a little bit of credit. Me and my partner say we haven't put the full effort we could have to really getting our e-commerce off the ground the way it could and should be, but we're doing that right at this moment. And the store has provided us with that stability to be able to do that comfortably. So I can't give anybody any advice other than to say, go and do your research, find out what works for you. Some people like drop shipping method where they can get their stuff pre-designed on some website, and then once customers order it, just go straight to them and you get a profit, and that could work. Some people want to have stuff designed on hand. That could work too. So if you're going to go e-commerce, you got to figure out what your volumes look like and what your client base is coming from, and that'll kind of give you an idea of what method you should go for your production. Your production will help you determine how you should do your distribution or what type of e-commerce platform you should be using. Like, should you use Shopify or should you use WooCommerce and build your own site completely because your brother's a web designer? Or should you stick to something as simple as the Facebook shop or Instagram shop, right? Those are all e-commerce platforms. So you got to do your research, figure out what works for you. How many products do you even have? How often do you change your product? Some platforms work better for people who have the same product all year. Some work better for the switch up. Go get a Square. Now you can have an integratable platform, and so many options right now where there's not a cookie cutter approach. And because you're at home because of COVID, you have time to go and research what works for you. Before we opened the store, we looked at 8 companies for our POS. So when you come in and you can use the Interact, we looked at 8 different companies, called each of them for about an hour, asked them the same questions, and decided who was really good for us. Who had 24-hour customer service, who had the cheapest, because in some cases we pay more for the company we actually went with, but they have so many better perks than the company who says, oh, per transaction we're cheaper. So sometimes the cheaper isn't always the better. Quality over quantity.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hungry right now. Might need a nice sauce collab. Have you
Ready.
What do you
Done any food collabs?
what do you like right now, man? If you were to bring somebody, like, let's say somebody's come down, stop in the store, whatever, somebody's to pop in from overseas or a celebrity, where would you? I just want to know your food spots right now.
Where would I bring them to eat?
Yeah.
I'm weird. It depends how I feel. Like a year ago, I was a vegetarian, so I would have brought them to some vegetarian spot. But
well, you're a
where would I bring
downtown
them?
guy. Park.
If I'm by the store,
Diners Corner. There's a few spots out there.
so I mean, like T-Rex has got a spot on the corner. We probably bring them there. Miss Lickamore.
Oh, that's around the way from you.
That's literally like
Miss
20
Lickamore's,
steps
yeah.
from the shop. So
Shout out to Rex, man. Shout out to One Love T.O., man.
Shout out Rex. Or we would bring them. It really just depends who it is. Like, I have friends from all walks of life. I have some Muslim friends. We hit up at Alibaba, make sure the food's halal.
That's what's up.
I got friends that, like I said, vegetarian.
Alibaba.
I got pescatarian friends. I don't really.
Shout out
do
to the
seafood.
pescatarians right here, man. You already know, man. I see you, man.
But we're on
That
Queen
fish
Street,
wrap.
so the
Yeah.
really cool thing is I would take them for an experience. I'm very big on experience.
Queen
and
Street's a beautiful place.
it is beautiful. There's a lot of places to eat. It all
like
depends
great
on how much they want to spend or don't want to spend. And yeah, man, I keep it simple and
Super simple, man. Would you ever collab with, like,
absolutely.
Like, so we got some off-air talks in the work, but I mean, you gotta get some collabs going with some just other genres, or even, like I said, some food.
We're open to it. Now we're at the point where we feel like our brand's established enough. Where enough, it's not established enough. Period. but it's established enough to where we can start doing some collabs, and we don't feel like another brand is going to overshadow.
Because
It'll
you haven't
be a very
collabed that
good
much,
mutual.
really. Like,
We really haven't. Our
yeah.
collabs have been with our friend who's a shoe designer, which he's more like a big brother mentor.
Right.
And that's the only reason we did it.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's definitely what's up, man.
We're
Can I get some more? Can we get some more drip, y'all? Can I see more? Because that crew neck, that one crew neck has been catching my eye with the
So,
graffiti.
you do see me in the orange.
Kid stuff too, please. Yeah, the orange just happened to be like, this ain't on no pumpkin patch. This was literally, we coordinated. Me and my guy right here, we walked in, we came and I was just like, you know, Sean Richards said, yo, man, what's going on? I was literally saying, yo, what should I? Because there was another brand, you know, a close friend of mine's brand that I was going to rock today. And I was like, yo, I don't know. Today was just random thought. I said, I'm going to give them the Outcast. And my brother over here came in with the orange. And we down to the kicks. We both got the Vapors on. He's got the TNs. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy the way it came about. But
So
let
we'll
y'all
talk
get a
about
peep of the
these
drip
right here.
after. Let's stick to the nice.
So, as you can see, you know, we got the tag, we got the finish,
I like
tag
the
on the
floral.
inside. You know, everything's flush, right? This is the floral design. So, we actually dropped this design last year.
Right.
We did a few teasers.
Yes.
In September. I'm trying to think if
Come
we
to the
had
mic a little
any
bit,
ready
Sarah. Yeah.
for the pop-up. Maybe not. We might not have had any ready for the pop-up, but this year we did some teasers. We had it in the window for 2 months before we dropped it.
Yes.
We started enough of a buzz, and then, we released it on some shirts and some sweaters and some other stuff. And if you guys look here, if you're into clothing or fashion, you'll realize that you probably can't even make that if you tried. This is not what you think it is.
Make
You know,
what?
you
Sorry,
might
what
think.
is that?
So the design, you might look and go, is that vinyl or is that screen printer? It's none of the things that you think it is.
And you're going to have to pay more for colors because I know I used to be involved in this business. You're going to have to pay more for the screen print or different layers.
I wish I challenge you to come by the shop before these sell out. But for all of those who make clothes, this is not what you think it is. You know, we stay above the grain. We stay above what
So
you're
what
on.
is this?
I can't tell you, but what I can tell you is it's high quality.
It might cost
It's
you.
full color, and it's the only way we were going to be able to show you the ability of our designing capability. You
So
know,
you're saying just like black, this don't crack. This ain't cracking. You know, you got some brands that
stretch, everything. We doing this on camera. Look at that.
yeah.
This is force. You know, I just don't want to ruin the sweater. But
Like I had a Neff
if
shirt,
it was gonna
man, that
rip, if it
beautiful-
was vinyl, whatever, it would have
been
ripped.
done crack from now.
No crease, no nothing.
Yeah.
Smooth groove.
Let me see.
Always
you didn't
win,
bring
can't
the crew neck.
lose.
All right, we'll get to the kids now. We'll get to the kids.
I know I spent some time on that, right?
Well, yeah. We'll get to the
So
kids.
this is what we're known
I
for,
wanna see
all
the
right?
crew neck. Yeah.
We specialize in handmade varsity jackets made locally. So
it's
for
that
those who want to
real
know,
leather right
this
there.
is
That's
not
that-
no Alibaba. We didn't order this overseas. This is handmade wool.
Alibaba. No, you
My
mean
Jack-
AliExpress. This ain't the
Whatever.
This ain't
Ali,
the
whatever.
AliExpress right now.
This is
that authentic sauce, baby
is
girl.
real Canadian
This ain't
leather
that
right here.
concentrated, watered down Frank's Red. This that real. We on that real type of time, man.
My daughter's 17.
This
I have
from
jackets
overseas.
like this that I
It's
made for her when
it's
she
that
was a
Guyanese
baby.
pepper sauce.
Right?
Yeah.
I have a jacket that I made for my daughter 17 years ago that's still intact. I wish I had it here today. But what I can tell you is when you buy a nice jacket, you're buying a piece of history because this is going to outlast everything. It's going to outlast whatever trends, all of that. You're going to pass this down
Up to the
2-3
time like
times.
Bogle for sure.
So as you can see here, we got the woven patch with the Merrill stitch, the leather finish. We got,
Got the black that don't crack.
rubber PVC.
You
I'm giving you
understand?
guys gems, eh? Like if you're hearing the terminologies I'm referring to, these are gems for all you fashion designers. We got the full 3D PVC rubber patch here. And this is not embroidery, guys. This is like, we make this patch at the same company that makes the rubber patches for Nike and for Polo and Ralph Lauren. So we're with the big boys, all right? This is another example of another varsity jacket
Same with the
for
big
kids.
boys. You heard already.
So this is actually my son's jacket. This is one of my sons. This is Xavier's
Nice.
jacket. So as you can see the difference here and here, when you look at the pockets, I had to give my son a little flair. We added the white piping on the pocket just to show you, you know, we actually designed this stuff.
And sometimes one thing
Tag
about
on
in
the back.
fashion, guys, one thing they'll tell you is pay attention to detail. You see the skyline on the NISE? Pay attention to detail. And he's got a nice rubber, you know, like we mentioned, a nice rubber patch.
So what he meant to say was, nice is the skyline and the eye is the CN Tower. But when you come to the store, you're going to see all of that up close and personal. So this is another version. You know, we got the burgundy. We changed the patch a little lighter to the beige.
I love that burgundy. That goes.
So if you're into colors, we actually can make these jackets in virtually any color, any colorway.
Right.
Our fully custom jackets do start off at a certain minimum, but they're very affordable. They're very much worth it. And, you know, if you come by the shop, you can get a chance to see these and order them. Here's one of the new items that, this is another sneak peek. Instagram hasn't even seen this, so you guys are getting this early. So I actually would rather put this on, so I'm not going to show it to you too much.
I love this one.
But this one's got like the invisible pockets on the side, like, you know, even the fabric.
Got that stretchy,
We got
like,
the
that real comfy
longitude, latitude,
tech fleece type of material.
You know, so we did a pair of shorts in the summer to match a Forever t-shirt and had this on the bottom. So this is kind of like the predecessor to the shorts to show you how we combo some like embroidery on top of the print. Like, yo, you're not ready for us. We got the signature on the back.
The next side right now. That's what I was talking about. You see that stitching right there? You see that stitching right there? Oh my god.
That's quality. That's quality.
No, that's quality.
That's quality.
It's like what my brother mentioned earlier. You can't ass out and cheap out with certain things. You're paying for, you know.
So right here, we got kind of
prestige.
like a Japanese themed
Materials.
long sleeve. So the real cool thing about this is a really good friend of mine is married to his wife is Japanese, and I've gotten a chance to see a lot of new fashion. And I found out in Tokyo especially, they have a very cool hip hop. They like hip hop essentially.
But I have to get a nice lint roller just now too. we up to something.
So yeah, this was kind of our take at a Japanese themed thing with the graffiti. There you see the tag there for the finish. We got a tag on the bottom.
I love that.
You know, the
nice.
issue's official. And
That's
we've been
nice.
saying forever, right?
It's the type of stuff I like.
Even this, you guys may think you know what this is, but you can't do this. Like,
Okay, now do you mean in terms of the colorway, or do
in
you
terms
mean
of the way that we produce this print? This is not a regular, you know, when you feel this and touch this and scratch this, even scratch this, fam. Like, scratch it.
You know what would be crazy?
For real. Like,
You know what'd
scratch
be
it for
crazy,
real.
right? You guys know what would be crazy though, right?
You see
Like,
the
could
forever on the
scratch
arm,
that
right?
And you could smell. You could like, you know. We're getting
Coming
to
with
there.
some
We don't even want to talk about that.
But this
you might
says,
come over
you
and
know?
say you smell the sauce. You might just smell the sauce when you scratch.
So, this is just an example of
Scratch
some other
is for a
stuff.
Nice time. Yeah.
Put that to the
really
side.
want to take this home.
We got our staple hoodie,
Glad
so
this is a small.
I think we got like two
nice.
of these
This
left.
is nice.
These are about to sell out.
Might need some ad libs, man.
So this was our staple tracksuit, but this is the hoodie to the tracksuit. So, you know, we like to have zippers on our pockets so your stuff doesn't fall out. We got the custom nice zippers going on here. I don't know if you got a chance to see those.
Oh wow, yeah. See, like I'm a guy.
Because this is a
I have
plainer-
a knack for rubber again.
Because this is plain,
You know what?
I don't mean to cut you off, but I got to make sure they know when we're showing them the drip.
Yes.
Because this is plain, we added a few more embellishments to things like the zippers. We didn't add those embellishments to this because there's already so much going on. We don't want to overdo it. We could do it all when we want, but we do things tastefully and we do things calculated. You know what I
Wait,
mean?
so this is not rubber. I almost thought it was rubber.
That's not rubber, but I once you
nice
continue to pay attention to the detail, you would have already, you know?
This is right. And what I love about even, you know, see when you look on the tags, there's a lot of meaningful words here. You know, you got to look at the messages, right? You got respect, lifestyle, raw, original, notorious, street, nice.
Everything's reinforced. Everything's reinforced. So the more you pay attention to the brand, these things will be reinforced and it'll all make sense.
Definitely, man. There was one more?
This
What's
feels
in that
really
pack- what's
good,
in that
guys,
package?
man. When you get a hold of
Come
this,
on,
man.
Don't bring the sauce, man. What we doing, man? We doing this right, and you gotta do it. You gotta do it right.
I think
man.
that's
You gotta do it
everything. I think that's
nice.
everything.
Nice.
So we got a friend of ours,
nice.
Major Key, in the building. She's
over.
kind of hiding. I don't know if she's putting on an outfit. She might come out for the camera.
Oh, that's what's up.
But if not, I think we're gonna show you guys some of the drip that we brought up before.
Okay.
So we got we got the shoes back. I know in case you guys didn't get to see that.
Yes.
We got one of our dad hats that we had in the summer, Army fatigue. You know, we got the bandana again. Like I said, this is optional. You could do whatever you want with this. You want to do the, you know, you could do that. You want to do the Tupac, you could do that. You know, you want to make it into
Tupacalypse,
the. You feel like you're with your girl and you want to play some games. You could do the
You
blindfold.
can do all types.
Right?
You want to play game. You want to get kinky on some Twister type of time. That we thought you were okay. Nice.
Well, we were talking about a friend of ours, and
Did
her
you
name
switch
is
up?
Major Key.
Oh yeah, sorry, my wig is falling off, guys. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's all right. She's
So
gonna
we
model
were
for us.
saying that you were wearing one of the jackets. We were trying to get you on camera, but you got to get back here.
Yeah, you might have.
You
to
might be
come
out of
around this
focus
way.
over there.
Might be out of focus right now. Nice.
So, you know, we do have female stuff. Here's a jacket that, I mean, like I
Very
said,
prestige.
we don't want to put names and terms on things.
I was just
Anybody
about to
can
say
wear
that. I was
this.
gonna almost say windbreaker.
Anybody can wear
I was gonna
this.
say bomber.
But generally, the popularity for the purchases of this jacket have predominantly gone to females.
There's something in the
So
back of the neck, too.
if there are females that want something that
I was waiting
fits,
for that. Nice. See that? That's what I'm
there are
talking
females that want things that
Your
fit
patches are on.
a little more fitted,
Right.
a little more contoured to the female body.
Nice.
This
With
is
the
a good
aqua pocket.
example.
It's an actual pocket.
But it's not a particular female. This is an anybody can wear this jacket.
Yeah.
All right.
This? Is it really-
Oh, you got a lighter? It fits in the pocket.
Your stitching and your matches.
Bam.
Your stitching is game's on point.
Bam.
The patches. Sorry. Now is the velour? That's not.
This isn't velour, so this is
no,
nylon.
no, no. That I know what that is. That is that nice?
So this isn't nice?
No.
But here's the thing.
That
This
has
guy
gotta
must
go.
be psychic. We
It's
have
gotta go.
velour
You can't be doing
sweaters that
man.
are dropping in a
we
week,
need the full-
but nobody
you can't
knows
be
these
doing that.
things.
If
Like,
it ain't nice,
how does he know?
It's gotta go. Because I know. I saw. I've been paying attention to your stories. It's pay attention to detail, right? And I've seen you. There's some tracksuits that are on the way. With the
Yeah,
tech
there's a lot on the
style.
way. There's a lot on the way.
I'm
So
gonna need some of those, man. Especially this because it's like you said, comfort. You got to be comfortable with fashion, right? And that's one thing for me. I'm a guy. I've been in the gym. I've been dropping a couple pounds, but I'm not always the jeans. Like I gotta have that comfortable. You know what I mean? That sleek kind of fit. You know what I mean? So that's what I was asking. I was like, is the velour nice? But it's
don't worry, we
not.
got.
Bring them out.
Oh,
But if it ain't nice, it's gotta go.
so some
Well,
more
there's all types in
drip
the
is
Volts.
coming.
There's all types right
We
now.
got some more drip.
Yeah.
So we did release
Very
these.
well thought out. Yeah, see, that's material. This is what I'm talking about now. Like, you should have been wearing those from time right now. This is what I'm talking about.
So we did release more of a loose fit pants with our slogan, "Label Us Notorious" with the year we drop. We got our interlock logo too. So this logo right here says NICE, but it's really cool because it's all interlocked.
It's been around for 17 years, literally, man. That's literally nice. Okay, I see it. Yeah.
And this is just a little simple one. So this is like one of our more affordable tracksuits where somebody comes in and they're like, I don't want to spend $100 or I have $100 for a tracksuit. There you go. Right. I haven't said any numbers on camera, but I gave you one just now. So that gives you an idea of, we got all ranges of things. There's not many places you can go to get a tracksuit for $100. So
No, definitely. Definitely.
we do have pants.
Yeah. That you must wear next time. Nice. My brother, man. No, definitely, man. I look forward to, even one day we got a lot in the works, man.
We
We
got a
definitely
lot.
And shouts to Brandon, man. Hail him up, man.
Shout out
Next
Brandon,
time
aka
he's
Kid
gonna-
Nice.
AK Kid Nice, man. Shouts to Rich again. It's
For
beautiful.
sure.
Beautiful to see what you've been doing, the growth. That's one thing that just resonates with me, coming from even my background, like you mentioned the blog stuff and whatnot, because I had a lot of stop and goes, right? And you're a man. One thing I could say is that I've known, and even just seeing you, because Sean made the original link, because online we, you know what I mean, small conversing here and there. But one thing that I've seen is that you've been around for a minute, right? And that's what sticks, man, as a staple or any brand, that you associate with. You gotta always, that's something people look for a lot, like how long you've been around, right? You know what I mean? And it's good to see that, like your new location, you know what I mean, the flagship, like it's good where you are, man. And to see that you'll be around there for a while, and you've been inspiring, a lot of young, you know what I mean, adolescents, and even just, you know what I mean, or women, you know what I mean, females, males, all around, for the youth too, like I said, overall, that that like, you know, you came for like at 17, like, you know, if you could do that, and I'm sure like, well, look at the times from then till now. The resources that we have now, you see with technology now with these kids.
Yeah,
we're
no,
at
times
different
have changed
so
for sure.
I
I
feel
could
like
only wish if we had
you know,
Instagram.
sometimes some would say
Oh
it's
my
worse,
God.
but it's easier in a lot of exactly. Imagine having
If
what-
you're driven, that's why I say do your research. If you're driven, the tools
yeah.
are there right now
yes.
to go and get it.
But if you would just want to sit and
Access
eat
is there.
pierogies and thing, you know what I mean, and
Complain.
Frank red sauce, you don't have that real sauce. You ain't gonna be nice. You gotta be nice. You know what I mean?
With an S.
Right, with an S. You know what I mean? My guy, man. No, it's definitely a pleasure. Look forward to, like I said, the growth. I'm definitely gonna have to pop into the 19. Can you tell them the location again, please?
1196.
1196. I don't know where
Queen
I got
Street
19
West.
from.
1196 Queen Street West.
Right.
It's pretty much Queen and
That's where
Dufferin,
the
major
19 came in.
intersection
Yeah,
for all those who went to Caravana.
Yes, yeah.
That Dufferin bus.
If you know
take the
Queen
same
Street, then you
bus,
know what time it is right now, man.
Right, but yeah, we're
Get
on
off the
Queen West.
streetcar, and the streetcars look advanced now. Holy.
Yeah.
No, you're in a very
Basically
very-
free. So for the man them who know,
Yeah.
jump on the back.
Man, I'm
It's a
stepping
free
up,
thing.
Stepping up everything.
It's
you know
a
what I
free
mean?
us.
Trust me, man. You gotta live, man. It's beautiful. You know, it's beautiful. We said life is a beautiful struggle,
Life is.
what I mean?
Life is.
and you gotta. And it's nothing's gonna be perfect, but you have to come face to face with
It's
it.
not. Do you want things to be perfect? Like, what is perfect?
Right.
You know, if you woke up and everything was just as
We're
is,
living in a perfect world. That you would be.
you would probably wouldn't want to wake up anymore because it would just it wouldn't, like, your existence would change, or you get bored of it. You might like it for the first 2 days, whatever perfect is, but you need a little struggle, man. It makes life blessed. It makes you enjoy your wins even more. It makes you enjoy the struggle. I know I keep using the same word, but it makes the essence of what you're getting to that much better when you can have little steps along the way to have a reality check to be like, man, this is hard. That way, when you get it, you're like, yo, look at all the hardship that I just overcame. We need that.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to do it for us. You got to.
When you get those trophies and you get those rings, don't be like Kawhi and even always show love to your home crowd. Well, I mean, this ain't home for him, but you know what I mean? You got to always
Show love to yourself.
That competitive spirit. Right, exactly.
Self-love, guys.
If you don't love yourself, man, then you ain't going to be loved. You know what I mean?
Self-love. And it's not hard. It's not easy, what I meant to say. Sometimes loving yourself is the hardest. You could love somebody else, but try to find some self-love and
No, definitely.
live nice. You know?
Definitely.
Live nice.
Aspire to inspire. Right? What are you drinking?
This Pepsi, man.
Okay, that
That's dehydrated back here.
Facts.
Pepsi's not too nice for me. No. Gotta get some. I like the wristband too, man. We gotta get some. The accessory game is on point. The wrist game. You know what I mean? Working it, man.
Yeah, we got a lot of accessories too. We had earrings at one point.
Did COVID shut you down, or your store? Well, app opened obviously after.
No, COVID did nothing to us except
COVID
give us.
didn't stop nothing right now. You're saying COVID just did all it did was just make you just nice. It just kept you nice. You're saying, right? COVID just kept the ball rolling, man.
No, COVID,
man,
COVID kept it rolling for sure.
everybody's on their phone right now.
I'm trying to find something to show you.
It better be
Being productive,
nice.
guys, I'm being productive.
It better be nice. The way I've been holding in this pee,
My phone.
but
right
it's
now?
like you can do that when you know what I mean. Like it's that because when it comes out, it's nice. It's just it's like it's crazy. It's no, I'm not saying it's good to do that, but jeez, that's what dude. I'm not even gonna let them know too much. You're just gonna. Wow. Shouts to Rock City though, man. I see you. You've been working. Shouts to Kalani. Shouts to all the jewelers. Shouts to, man. There's a lot of them, man. There's a lot of them. Sal and
Shout out
Tony's. But
Hollywood.
Rock City, you've been working.
Shout
Rock-
out, I'm nice.
Jeez.
Shout out everybody who's been supporting.
This is nice.
Trust me, what he's looking at, you guys will get a. You guys will.
You're about to see something on the way still.
But we're working. We're
Holy.
working. One thing I will also
Cheese,
just say
Louise, rice
is
and
a
peas,
big
love.
thank you to everybody who's been coming by the shop, the regulars, all the people who've been trying to come and haven't made it down there yet, all the people who already came by and haven't made it back. I really want to thank you guys because this is honestly a dream come true.
Right.
We've been pushing this for a long time. And, you know, there's times we weren't sure if we were going to continue to do it, but having the store allowed us to know that it's bigger than us. It's bigger than us, you know?
He definitely
It's
like
bigger than us. So I
spoke
gotta
things
make
into
sure.
existence, and
I thank everybody out there because without you guys, this is impossible. I can't do this without the support.
If you want to book a consultation, wait, let them know please too before we go your socials where they can find you. Because my brother here is a consultant too. This is a whole nother this might be a whole nother. Brandon didn't come today, but this might be a whole nother episode. Or if you want to, you don't know, where to start, or you need the resources, you want to, like I said, there's a lot of questions that are unanswered here. Where can they find you?
So if you want to find me, it's one of the hardest
If you
things.
want to find
I'm
Nice,
on some Where's
you
Waldo.
You know where to go if you want.
A lot of people can attest to that.
Where can they come? Just let them know your socials.
But if you want to hit me on social, really I'm Instagram. I don't do the Snap, but at NISE Klipz, NISE That's me. If you want to hit the brand to see what we have for sale, kind of our store page, it's Niseclothing, NISE Clothing, at Niseclothing, no period, no space. And if you want to see our wall of fame, or if you have clothes,
the wall
or
of
you went to
fame,
your
that's
friend's
what
house
we're
and you
talking about,
stole
the
his
wall of
shirt or his
fame.
hat, a
The
lot
wall
of
of
people
fame
be
is
getting their stuff
me.
stolen. Their nice stuff, like
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
clothes, is
Yeah.
like gold. But anyhow, if you post anything and you tag at Nice World, we will repost it. Doesn't matter what it is, as long as you're wearing your nice. So
Right.
we challenge y'all.
gotta be nice.
One other thing I'm gonna tell you guys: go to Nice Clothing right now. Swipe over to the tab area, and we have our own filter. You can click on it, download the filter to your camera, and now when you're doing your whatever you're doing, your lives or whatever, you can actually make a post.
This is on an app.
You never saw this?
What's going on right
Yo,
now?
we got to get into the
What's going on
future.
right now? This guy is
So this is
nice.
one of two of my phones. This is my older phones. Hopefully it works on this phone. Should.
I just want to know what app this is. This is on IG.
This is on IG.
Okay.
So we're going to go to make a story, right?
Yes.
So let's do it right now. Make a story, but I'm going to use the nice filter. Bam. So if you move your head, the shoe moves. Hey.
Nice. Okay, I see it right now. I'm like, you on the short. I see all these filters. I see Ciao, CIAO, all these. What the hell is that?
Where we
This
at,
is
though?
nice. Yo, we
wonder if
live.
the
at
baby-
the-
I wonder if
we
it'll do-
live,
Oh,
man. We
it's
cooking
doing
up.
on
We
the baby.
shuffling up, man.
Look.
It's the baby's jiggling. The baby's cooking up. He's cooking. He's cooking. He's nice. Jeez.
You see how we
Come
do?
on.
I'm going to send that to you.
Talk to me, nice.
I don't know if the camera can see what's going on. You know, we got the nice filter going on.
You got a close up on this? Where we at?
So I challenge everybody, go and drop some.
The
We're going to
filter.
do a contest.
So let them know again how they could access the filter exactly. Talk to me nice or don't talk to me at all. Yes.
Let's post that right now.
Tag on mine, right?
Yeah, yours. So we're going to have a really sick couple contests coming up, but everybody go download the filter now. We're going to be dropping 2 more filters. We're changing the game because the next 2 filters, you've never seen that before. We're going to show you guys why it's important to stay ahead of the game. And we're always big on technology, so we're going to use technology to reinforce the things that we keep close to us, you know? But yeah, look out. We're going to drop a Snapchat filter. I don't even have Snapchat. I'm going to get it just to promote the filter, so you already know.
Nice.
Got me sweating. I'm all
You
hot
can
over
play
here.
around with that there, how you want. You can turn it, twist it. That's nice. Listen, man, talk to me nice or don't talk to me at all. I'm with my guy right now, man. Like I said, shouts to the conglomerate, man. Shouts to the UUIN again. Sean Riches, JV, beautiful lady over there, the blue hair.
Major
We got the
Key.
model. Major Key. Talk to me nice or don't talk to me at all. Episode 21, like Savage. That's the type of time we on right now, man. We cooking. We've been chefing, man. All types in there, man. Shouts to the pescatarians. I see you, man. Take a leg. We ain't doing nothing with that Frank's Red. We got that special type of sauce, man. You know, Hoisin, you know, all these type of joints. You got to have that right. It's got to be nice. Because if it's not nice, it's got to go. You know what I mean? There's a way about going about things. And you can't just be, it's like, what's your boy's name again? White Yardie, when he had the post about the chicken that was like, no, you got to have the spice, nice, season, the right mix. Because if it's not a certain way, it's not prestige, we're not doing it. You got to, and this is how the clothing is. He doesn't come with no dull type. You see what we're on. Yo,
patches.
Yo, I could see, I even like some reflector stuff we gotta get. I know already. You already know what time.
I just
it is.
couldn't bring everything.
Right,
you know?
right. You can't. We can't.
And we got stuff on the way, like
That's the
mid
thing.
shit.
You can't drop too much. You got to do it in doses, literally. Like I'm sauce.
You gotta
know what
come
I
by
mean?
the shop.
It's like when I
And
go to
the thing
Chris
about
Turk,
the
I'm like,
shop
where's
is-
the extra sauce? Like literally, like, oh, it's 50 cents. You want me to run to the car? I only brought like thing we're tapping now. It's COVID. No, it's got to be nice.
You
Like,
gotta
give
come
me
every
extra.
week though,
Chris Turk.
because we drop stuff every week.
Right, right.
Corrections, you know.
Yeah. Head over
College
to the
shit.
store, man. Yo, it's nice. Nice! My guy. Come on, man.
You
My
already
brother.
know, man.
Love and respect always.
Thank you for
You know,
having
my
me.
G. Come on, man.
Right?
Nice.
Thank you for watching,
Yes.
tuning in.
Yeah, and we'll be back. We out.